Oh, it's fun the boo reading.
Well, we
Mm.
left off when Alanna was finally beating the crap out of that one guy.
The justice is being served.
hmm
Mm.
At long
Mm.
last.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, this line right here will go to you, Josh.
拳を上に打ちつけて、再び腹を殴ると、ラロの体から力が抜けた。So, um, 拳を上に it's interesting that there's like a O particle there. Well, yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah, why is there an O particle there?
Yeah, I guess it's the path. Is the path through her arm, I guess. I mean,
Huh.
fist.
But I mean, what I'm taking from this is she punched Roland twice in the stomach and
Yeah.
the power drained from him.
Mm. Yeah, it's definitely what it says. Uh, yeah. It has to do with, I guess, how uchi tsukiru is used with, like, nailing something down, since that's one of the words. Oh, yeah, hmm. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, just kind of like
Oh,
an interesting little thing.
yeah, yeah, it should be the thing that gets hit is normally marked by O.
Yeah.
But I guess the thing you're normally aiming at would be marked by me, though. Hmm.
Or like
That-
maybe this should be like day or something.
Well, yeah, that would be the tool used, so that would make sense. Um, hmm.
Like day and remove the uni.
Well, with how this is in the middle, they're not necessarily like connected to each other. So
Hmm.
her uh, hitting something upwards and then the fist isn't necessarily connected to punching someone in the stomach multiple times. Just like how
Hmm.
the Japanese kind of works. Like these don't have to be fully connected to each other. So it makes it like doubly weird because of that. Because you're right, if this was de, you could say that was like the tool used, but then
Hmm.
this would all just been one sentence. So the fact that we have two different verbs here, right? We got naguru and uchitsukeru makes it like
Hmm.
super weird. um, because you don't really need to say I hit them with my fist and I hit them two times in my stomach. This almost feels like in an anime fight, right? When you're hitting and then like it gets blocked by two people hitting the fist at the same time.
Yeah, I was wondering that briefly the first time I was reading it. It's like,
Yeah,
wait, is she
like
hitting his
that,
fist?
like it's like a blocking kind of thing. That might make more sense that the fist was hit above blocking it and then they hit them two times in the stomach might be more what's going on here. And then he like loses from that. It's weird. I wonder what the English version says because
Let me
like
see.
because if they're saying I hit him twice in the stomach with my fist, there's no reason to have the ue ni uchitsukeru to hit above, aiming above. But it is really weird with the O. This is a look at the source.
All right, so I'm on the page, but let me look. Okay, so I think this is the line. Thanks to the dishonorable George, Alana was ready for this. She slammed a fist up and under into his stomach again, knocking the breath from his body. So she slammed a fist up and under into his stomach.
Interesting.
Doesn't help too much.
Not too much. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess the idea, huh? Yeah, I guess she's slamming it upwards. Where does the under come from? It's like just as I slam it upwards. Yeah, very, very weird. Huh. Well, we'll never know. Might just be a bad translation, or it might be too good and it's just too hard for us because of that. And I'll read the next line. 素早くも片方の手で打ちつけて花を、打った。So she swiftly used her other hand to slam into him, causing his nose to break. 倒れ
Oof.
たら, so here's using the de, right? Just like you said, we should be de over here.
Mhm.
It could literally just be a grammatical error because that does happen in books in English and Japanese. So
Mm.
that just might be what it is. 倒れたラロンは小さな子供のように、泣き出した. And then Raron, who had fallen onto the floor, started to cry like a baby. And the next paragraph is for you.
アラナは後ろに下がり、大きく胸をあえがせて息をついた。Um, Sagari. I was thinking Saguri for a second, like to search for something,
Oh
but
no, it's a step
that's
back. Sagaru.
oh, okay, I didn't know that one. So Alana steps back and then Okiku mune o aegasete iki o tsuita. So I mean she took a breath, but aegasete.
I would guess this would be like, like taking a deep breath, what your chest does? Goes
Yeah,
like
like it swells out.
inflates. Yeah, that would be my guess. I gas, yeah, to gasp. So
Mhm.
she's making herself gasp a lot.
目にかかる汗を拭う。Um, is this saying like even like she was sweating from
Do you know what nugu means?
Nugu? To wipe?
Yeah.
The kakaru is what's throwing me off here.
Mm. It's so kakaru is like to cover, so she's sweating so much she needs to like wipe her eyes, kind of, I
Mm,
guess. So it's getting in her face.
okay, that makes sense. So she's wiping the sweat that's kind of in her eyes. 二度
Mm.
と僕に触るな。もし触ったら誓って見通すと母なる女神にかけて、wait、女神にかけてお前を殺してやる。ラロのは倒れたまままだ泣き崩れていた。So Alana says, don't ever, I guess, don't ever touch me again. If you do touch me again, I swear on, I'm guessing I swear on like the meat, Mitorosu to, like, like Mithros and the, I don't know, fertility goddess or something.
Well, it could be fertility, but it doesn't really say that. It says God who is female, the one who is the
Mm,
mother, right? So it's the
mm.
mother goddess.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't really have anything about having babies. It's just
Yeah.
like it's like if you had like the boss man, right? The king of the gods, but this is the mother of the gods.
Mm.
So if it was like a fertility, it probably would have a word that means fertility in it. Um, rather than this is like Mother Earth specifically
Mm.
in Japanese refers to. Um, but yeah, and I googled this. Apparently, it doesn't mean sweat in your eyes. It means it's sweat that you notice. Like,
Really?
which I
Interesting.
did not see that coming. It's like, oh, she sees she has some sweat, so she wipes off the noticeable sweat.
Huh. Um, yeah, she swears on those gods slash goddesses that she will kill, I will kill you.
Hmm.
Um, and Roland is still on the ground crying and collapsed.
And welcome, Grayson. You didn't miss too much. Alanna has beaten up her bully. Finished doing that. He started last time, actually. Um, so this first line here is going to go to you, Grayson.
あアランナは、is it 友達?
Yes, but it's pronounced as using. No difference in meaning. It's like it's more dramatic.
Um, 友人の方に向き直った。
Hi, do you know what nuku is?
No.
Muku is to turn towards something, like to turn in a direction.
Okay.
Do you know what nauru means?
Uh, I want to say to become.
That's naru, so very similar sounding.
Okay.
Naoru is to fix. So what do you think muki nauru means,
Okay.
combining to turning towards and fixing?
Um, I don't know.
Hmm. So you'll see this nauru a lot in Japanese. It's one of those very common compound words, kind of like un in the word unhappy. Nauru
Okay.
is used in Japanese when you want to say that someone is doing an action to like make things back to how the action should be, as like a literal translation of it. So it's used for things like I went to go sit on the chair, but then I fell off the chair. When you go back onto that chair, that'd be suwari nauru type of idea. Um, so it's in this context, the main character is looking back at somebody, being the idea that she was looking at these people at some point, and then she went to go do something else, and now she came back to look at them. So it's basically say to look again, basically, but the again isn't like right afterwards
Mhm.
necessarily. In this case, she probably looked at them before the fight, did the fight, and now she's looking back at them. So it's just saying that she had looked at them at some point, but now she's back to business, basically. To look. So in this case, it's just to look back at. So who does she look at?
Her friend.
So in the direction of her friends. Perfect. 着替えに行こう。ラロンが後ろから叫んだ。トレイボンドカのラン。アナナは振り返った。奴は立ち上がった。血まみれの顔で目をチラチラと輝かせて睨みつける。So she says, I want to go change my clothes. And Raudon, who's behind her crying on the grass, now yells at Alanna and says, Alan of the House of Trebon. And Alanna looks back at him and he stands up. And he is glaring at Alanna with eyes that are glittering, with a face that is very flushed. So he's a very red face going on right now. And this next line right here will go again to Grayson.
この、um,
Kae.
that was also the Tomodachi. Kaishi wa,
必ず。
必ずするからな。
はいはい。
Um,
Do you know what kaisu means?
um,
Kaishite is something you hear a lot in anime.
yeah. I mean, it looks like the one for friend, but then with this extra thing down
Let's
there.
see. So,
Yeah.
this
Or the
radical,
support.
this radical that's inside of friend means again.
Oh, okay.
So I guess friendship is someone who you want to meet again, maybe. Might be the
Mm-hmm.
meaning behind it. But this right here is the path you take in order to do again. Because kaise is to return.
Mm-hmm.
To return. So, o
That was
kaishi,
Kairu.
it is.
Is there a difference between Kairu and Kaisu?
So do you mean, so when you say kairu, um,
Yeah.
are you what meaning of kairu are you referring to? Does it have
To return?
this kanji?
Oh, yeah, that's the one I recognize.
Mhm. So kairu with this kanji means to return to one's house.
Mm-hmm.
It is only ever used for returning to one's house and cannot be used in any other context. You cannot use it when you return to the classroom. You cannot use it when you return a book to the library, and you cannot use it when you're returning talk smack to somebody else when you're talking to somebody. It is only ever used when returning to your home. So that's the home kaidu.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there's lots of kaidus in Japanese. There's another kaidu which has this exact same kanji, which is the path with the house and mata again. This is kaidu. The difference between this kaeru and kaesu is that they are transitive and transitive pairs. So
Mm.
Japanese has a thing that English doesn't have very many of these.
Yeah.
An example of a transitive and transitive pair in English is the word disappear. Oops.
Yeah.
Um, and
I
erase.
remember you talking about this before.
Yeah, yeah. You're right that this also means to return, but I didn't think you saw that one and you were talking about this one, which these are unrelated, basically, uh, even though they're pronounced the same. So yeah, this kanji is a kanji for returning a thing in sound. It's basically what it is. Um, there's also modoru and modosu, which is the same kind of returning type of things. So slightly different. So here, this kai is the kairu that is being used to refer to deeds, I guess. Okaishi. Um, so we made this too more polite. So she's saying, このお返しは必ずするから. Do you know what 必ず means?
Um, so it looks kind of like a heart with a slash through it.
It is a heart with a slash through it. That's exactly what the radicals are. I don't know if it helps with the meaning or not, but 必ず means for sure. Because what he's saying here is that I'm going to get back at ya.
Mm.
But literally he says, um, because I will for sure return this to you. And the this is referring to the fact that he got the crap beaten out of him in front of a whole bunch of kids, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
in other words, he wants to get revenge. He wants to retaliate at some point. And that is what Radon Sakin does. And Josh, the rest of this page is going to go to you.
I like to think that Roland's super polite, and that's why he used that O. Honorific.
Okaishi. That's because in Japanese it's sarcasm to use polite language in these contexts. It's like omae,
Ah,
right? It's
okay.
it's because sarcasm does exist in Japanese. Unlike what some people will say, it's actually quite prevalent. So using the polite language when it should not be there.
All right. So, 待てろ。後悔させてやるぞ。ラウルがアラナの肩を叩いた. So he says, just you wait. I'm gonna make you regret this. And then Ralph goes and pats Alana on the shoulder. 行こう。ラウルは言った。ここは風がうるさくなってきた. Then Ralph says, "Let's go." The wind has gotten quite noisy out here, which I'm guessing he's referring to just rolling, kind of yapping.
Talking, yes. So rude, so rude. Pretty funny. Um, and I'm gonna have Josh do this paragraph again.
アイルズ、マイルズ。マイルズが探し出したとき、アラナは一人、暗い部屋の中でベッドに座っていた。So when Miles, I guess, was looking for probably Alanna, um, Alanna was sitting down alone in a dark room on her bed. 夕食に来なかったな、騎士がいた。So he didn't come to dinner, the knight said. マイルズがろうそく、ろうそくの火を灯すと、アラナは驚いて目をしばたいた。So, I don't know, is tomosu to light or extinguish
Yeah,
the candle?
it should be the light.
Okay, so when Miles lit the candle, Alana blinked her eyes in surprise.
はいはい。マルベンカのラロンは宮廷を去ったよ。マユズはそう続けると、アラナの部屋のただび一つの椅子に腰掛けた。So Miles says that Widuban House's Raron has left the palace. And then he continues as he says that and decides to go sit in the one and only chair that is in Alanna's room. 君の重木のコラムは衛兵仲間は君にはその力があるって分かってたと、ほら、を吹いていたぞ。So your servant, Koramu, he has been, basically talking to, I think, all of his guard buddies and being like, yeah, see, my master has lots of power, you know, and he's just been spitting that out the whole time. 君の友人たちはお祝いをしたがっていた。君は英雄だと言ってね。And then all of your friends, they are really wanting to be throwing a party right now because you are a hero. And then this last part of this paragraph is going to go to Grayson.
これこそ望んだことじゃなかったのか。
You know what Janai means?
It's like not.
Hi.
What's nozom?
Nozomu?
Nozobu?
No. Oops. Nozomu is to wish for. Do you know what kore means?
This.
How about kore o nozomu?
This wish.
No. Nozomu is to make a wish, not a wish.
Oh, okay.
So kore o nozomu means to wish for this.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what koto means?
Hmm. Hmm. I feel like I did, but I forgot.
Mhm. Koto is a word that means things, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
a physical thing, like it's not a book, it's not love. It is a thing like you say, I have a thing on Saturday. It is the word thing that refers to events slash actions type of idea.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the action, right, of kore o nozonda. Which, what does that mean?
The action of wishing for a thing.
Yes, the action of wishing for the thing. So this is basically a way to turn this into a noun grammatically, right? The act of wishing for this, janakatta. So do you know what janakatta meant?
Not like a negative.
Yeah, so this is a way to say, did you not wish
Mm-hmm.
for this? Kore koso nozonna koto janakatta no ka? Did you not wish for this? Saying wish that Radon would be kicked out of the palace. Everybody say, woohoo, Alan's a badass and a hero. We should celebrate. Is this not what you wished for? So that's what that's saying. And then yeah, the next paragraph is going to be for Josh.
アラナは、冷たい水で顔を洗った。そうなのかなわかりません。アラナは顔をタオルで拭くとマイルズを見た。So Alana washed her face with some cold water and says, hmm, uh, like, I don't know, maybe type of thing. Like,
Yeah.
and then I don't know. And so, uh, then she wipes her face off and looks at Miles. 後から入ったんです。入った、そう、吐く。後から入ったんです。Oh, so afterwards, I'm guessing they're saying so someone threw up.
Yes.
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
後から入ったんです。あだ名は打ち明けた。I don't know what the combination of uchi akeru is.
This was the uchi akeru that meant to disclose something, which is different than the uchi ageru, which is like to look up at.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It's basically
So,
you're shining a light on something that has been brought to smack you in your heart.
uh, okay. So she says I threw up afterwards. Yeah, she's confiding in Miles that she threw up
Mhm.
after. 自分が嫌になりました。ラーロンよりいろいろ知っていただけのことなのに。Um, so she said I did something I didn't like. Or, 嫌にな、no, 自分が, I've become something I don't like.
Yes.
ラーロンよりいろいろ知っていただけのことなのに。So even though 知っていただけのこと、so like even though I know better than Roland,
Hmm.
それに奴は喧嘩をするとき、いつもカッと、カッとなる。僕はそこにつけ込んだ。それに奴は喧嘩をするとき、so like when it, or I guess she said like expanding upon the previous thing about her knowing more.
Hmm.
When it came time to fight Roland, いつもso is katto naru the word for you're drawing for angry?
Yeah. Caught is the sound effect of anger.
Oh, really? I've
Yeah.
never heard that.
And they're adding and they're adding the toe so we know it's a sound effect. And then that's just the adverbal marker that allows us to use with naru. So right here, the reason why they're using wa for yatsu is that it's boku wa soku ni tsukikonda, yatsu
Mm,
wa blah 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 blah. So this is basically what she wakaru'd. She knew this. This is like something she knew.
ああ、そう、やつは喧嘩するときいつも。So she knew that Roland is always angry?
Yeah. So because of that,
And
she tsukekondas that. Do you know what tsukekoma means?
I mean, I'm guessing from this is just saying she's like sunk to his level.
Kind of, yeah. It says to take advantage of, which I didn't
Oh,
know before this, but that is the idea. It's like the thing she planned for.
mm,
But the second
okay.
line is actually what you were thinking it was going to mean.
Yeah. や
But
つと同じくらいひどいですよ。So him and I are both horrible people.
yeah, I was just as bad as he was.
Mm.
ラロンがこれまで自分より年下の小さいやつをぶちのめした後で入ったりすることがあると思えないな。You know, I really don't think that Rodon has ever threw up after he decided to beat the crap out of some guy that was not only smaller than him, but also younger than him. I don't think he's ever done that. Um, and the next paragraph is for Grayson.
ランナーは、眉を寄せた、そう思えますか？うん。
Mayu means eyebrow.
Oh. Okay, so that's what's the little thingy above the eye.
Hmm. Do you know what yoseru means?
I'm guessing that's something to do with moving the eyebrows.
It does have to do. Yoseru means to get closer. What happens if your eyebrows get closer? What are you doing when you do that?
They're like confused.
Yeah, it makes a confused look on your face. You wrinkle your brow.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. So you're bringing those eyebrows closer together. And then what does Alanna say?
Omoi that was like heavy.
Omoi does mean heavy. Do you see how there's a mus right here?
Yeah.
Do you know what mus form is?
It's a verb.
You're right, it's a verb. The adjective omoi has different kanji,
Mhm.
but it's also an e adjective, what you're thinking of. So that looks like this. Omou
Ah.
is what this is. Omou, right? And it's in mas form, which adds the e 'cause you drop the u. So omoimasu, omou. Omou means to think.
Ah, okay.
So omoimasu ka? So what do you think he's asking?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what soul means?
Oh, um, like,
Have you ever heard "so desu ne"?
yeah, it's kind of like I don't want to say filler word, but it's kind of like the vibes of a filler word, where it's like this.
Yeah, it's a word that means that or this, and it's used to refer to a previously mentioned phrase. It's like a
Yeah,
pronoun
okay.
for phrases. So when people say "so desu ne," they're literally saying the thing you just said is true. Hence why that's right, right? It's the that
Yeah.
from that's right. So here it says that you think. So you think that? That's what you think?
Yeah.
Probably how to translate. So yeah, perfect. And next is my paragraph. 絶対そうだ。マイズはそううなずいた。アラン、君が騎士になれば自分より、 訓練を再相手と戦わなければならない時も来るだろう。So Miles, he nods saying, "Yep, that is definitely true. Yep, that is definitely what I think." Alan, if you become a knight, then you're definitely gonna come to a time where you have no choice but to fight um, with an opponent that has trained, I think, more than you. So it's an opponent who I guess is better than you or something like that. I actually have never seen this adjective before.
I
Um,
thought it was Hawaii, but maybe I'm thinking of something else.
uh, it looks like it's asai when I wrote down the kanji just now, but it is negative, so saying like shallow or light. Um, Asai aite.
I think, yeah, I think it is shallow. But I think the first part is like they have less experience.
Hmm. That might be what it is. I just didn't know this adjective. Like I pronounced it right, but I didn't know what it meant. Kun ren. Yeah, so you're right. This is probably connected to this as a relative clause with the jibun yori. So it would be they have less fighting experience to you, and you'll have no choice but to fight them. So he's saying sometimes you have to fight people weaker than you when you become a knight. That's one of the things. Not always people stronger than you. You're right. それは仕方ないことなんだ. There's no helping that. And the next line here is going to go to Grayson.
うん
弱い。
弱い者一目ではない。Um, うーん
You know what ijimeru means?
I don't.
Ijimeru from ijime means to bully someone.
Okay.
So what does ijime dewanai mean?
Oh, wait a second. The one I have seen before, that was like,
Yes, janai.
um, that was like a special type of verb of
No, it's the same as janai. The difference is that it's not slurred. Ja is a slurring of dewa.
oh, I thought it was like a modal verb, like like could or should or um
Um,
must or um
um, no. I think that's the answer. I think hazu is what you're thinking
okay.
about for a second, which goes with death. Um, dewanai, the de comes from death, and it's being
Yeah.
conjugated into te form, to become de. And then we're adding nine negative. But the negativeness is so incredibly important with copulas that we must add the topic particle always. Otherwise, it's like, why are we talking about this? That's negative of des is dewanai. And dewa is
Mm.
almost always slurred as ja when you're adding nai afterwards. So, person talking here is Mairuzu, who is a knight. And the Miles knight isn't really slurring his words very much because he wants to sound a little bit more knightly, but he's using short form Japanese because he is an adult of power and Alanna is a child. So it'd be weird if he used polite form Japanese. So that's why Alanna uses omoimasu and he uses like da and nai. But because he's knightly, he's not slurring his words. So he's not saying ja, he's saying dewa. So there's no difference in meaning here
Okay.
between janai and dewanai, but we're using dewanai because Miles is talking versus Alanna would use ja arimasen probably if she was talking in this context. She's more likely to slur being younger and more young. It's like a more natural way of talking. But Miles sounds knightly, basically. Which is funny because, like in English, if we were having
Okay.
someone speak knightly, they would probably talk more politely, right? They wouldn't be using the nais and does, but he's using the nais and does because he's in a position of power, and thus it would be weird if he didn't. So it's just interesting how culture influences how you talk. But yeah, it's the same. So earlier we saw Janai in here somewhere with someone else talking. I don't remember where. But yeah, so what does Ijime Janai mean?
Um, not bullying
You're
someone.
right, not bullying someone. Yes, perfect. And we have things dropped here. The one who's being bullied or not being bullied in this context is the yowai mono. Do you know what a mono is?
Thing.
You're right, it is a thing. How is that different than koto that we saw earlier today?
A mono is like a physical thing.
Yes, or a person. In this context, person would make
Okay.
more sense, but there's no kanji here, so it could be a physical, it could be sentient or non-sentient. Do you know what yowai means?
I know I've seen this kanji
Mhm.
before, and I
Very
can't remember
common.
what it means.
Yowai means weak. So, yowai mono ijime de wa nai means it is not bullying the weak, right? Because Alanna, right, she
Mm-hmm.
puked because she beat up somebody who was stronger than her by using nasty methods. And the teacher's like, I don't think Radon has ever puked for beating up someone who is smaller and a year younger than him. But anyway, even if you did fight someone who is smaller than you and younger than you, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bullying, right? That's Miles'
Mm-hmm.
prerogative. ただ、君が自分の技を賢く使えるように学んだだけだ。All that means is that you have come to learn the ability to use your techniques in a much better way. Like you're very like wisely. Um, and Josh will go to here.
アラナは、アラナはこの言葉を噛み締めた。Uh, is this like Alanna chewed over the words?
Yeah.
それからため息をつくと首を振った。今はもうたくさんだ。So Alanna then took a breath and shook her head. Uh, she, I guess she already has a lot right now.
Yeah, on her plate. She's like, I don't want to think about this
Okay.
anymore, is basically what that's saying. So about that.
マイルズはアラナの髪をクシャトクシャとなれた。So Miles, I guess, be kushato. I guess Miles was combing her hair.
Did something with her hair.
That
Kusha
seems
is
so
a
weird.
sound, yeah, kusha is a weird sound effect to use here. It normally means like to squash something with a crunchy noise. But I guess he's just like
Oh,
he's very much like patting her head, I guess, rather than
oh,
combing
okay.
her hair.
Yeah,
More of a
it'd be
pat.
so weird for him to just randomly start combing her hair. Yeah, okay. Um, だから今、君は全宮殿に紳士であると証明したんだ。どうだね。お祝いしたくなった。お祝いしたくなったろ。So, he said that's why right now, I guess throughout the whole palace, 紳士であると, like,
Shomei?
it's showmate. Yeah, it's like proof that you're a warrior.
Yeah. You've showed proof you're a warrior to everybody in the castle.
That's a better way of phrasing it. Okay. どうだね。 お祝いしたくなったろう. So how about it? Would do you probably want to celebrate?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't you feel like celebrating now instead of puking in your room, being all depressed? Next line is for Grayson.
ラナは、顔をしかめた。Okay, wait, I think I recognize that kanji, and I think that's head.
It is head, face.
What?
Face specifically. So atama is head.
Oh. Yeah, okay, yeah, I was thinking that that head was Athama. Okay, so that's face. Oh. Okay. So something about Alanna's face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, shikameru refers to like wrinkles or screwing. So it's like he really scowls right here. But he screws up her face. It's like,
Mhm.
makes it very, so she doesn't want to celebrate even after that. 前津が同様とアラナが交際句を下ろしてラロンを倒したのに変わりはない。アラナは依然として男の子のふりをした女の子だし、一番愚かで不ざまな男より少しはマシだと思える時が来るのか怪しくなることもあった。So Alanna is like suspicious with the idea that one day she'll become more powerful than a boy because she's a girl. She's not physically a boy, or she's just pretending to be a boy. So she's kind of like, I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But there's actually quite a few words in this paragraph that I do not know. Kosaiku. Kosaiku. Oh. どうして。There's no changing the fact that she defeated Raudon using nasty tricks. Oh, that's not the right reason. Oops. 一番愚か。She thinks that she'll always be smarter than even the most foolish boy. So, wait,
Mhm.
少しマシだと思う. She thinks she'll be even always smarter than another boy. And those are the parts that I didn't know from that sentence. And everything else looked right. And this little line right here is going to go to Grayson.
ドアが、opening.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. I think it's Aita.
Aita. She opened the door,
Someone did.
or the door was opened.
Yeah.
Someone did.
Oh, perfect. Sorry, I don't know why I paused there. さあ、マイルズ、僕は遅れを取りましたね。Hey, Sir Miles, I'm late, aren't I? Georgie da. It was the Prince, Georgie. Alanna wa do desu? How is Alanna? And this next line again is going to go to Grayson.
Um, マイルズは、立ち上が、
Yes. 立ち上がった。
立ち上がった。Something about standing up.
Yes, Miles stood up. And interestingly enough, okure toru is a idiom that means to fall behind. So he says, I was too slow to get here before you, Sir Miles. How is Alanna? Is actually what he said, and not whatever I said earlier, which was close to that, but not really correct. And till here will be for Josh.
疲れているんだと思うよ。アランナ、アラン。これで私は行くが、私が言ったことをよく考えています。考えてくれたまえ。So, Alan's pretty tired, I think. And then Alan, what I want you to think about what I've told you today. あなたが教えてくれたことはいつでもよく考えています。アラナは認めた。So I always think about what you teach me, Alanna. This 認める, I always think of the wrong. I always think to recognize, but
I know, it's not the
I feel
best
like you
way to
always
define
correct me
it.
on it.
It just sounds weird in English. She recognizes. She acknowledges, right?
Mhm.
This flows better
Okay.
in English.
それから手を差し出した。So she stuck out her hand. ありがとうございます。Sir Miles. And thank you, Sir Miles.
騎士はジョージにお辞儀すると、出ていた。So the knight, he gives a little bow to the prince, and then he leaves the room. And the next line goes to Grayson.
The prince,
Yeah, oji.
Oji
I think it's two O's.
wa, Aranna o mita. So the prince saw Alanna.
Yep, he looked at Alanna.
Yeah.
あれはどういう意味だ? What was that? And the next line again goes to you, Grayson.
Aranna wa, is it kata? Kata o
Yep.
sukumeta. Okay, this is not eyebrow. It just looks like eyebrow.
It does look similar to Mayu. I see. Kata means shoulder.
Okay.
Damn, it does look really similar.
Shoulder. Okay. Okay, sukumeta. Something about the shoulder. I'm not sure
Yep.
about sukumeta.
So, kata o sugeru means to shrug, like that.
Oh, okay.
どうして弱い者いじめになるのかって話してたんだと思います。I think we were talking about why one comes to bully the weak. I don't think that's what they were talking about. 弱い者いじめをするやつは自分より小さくて弱いやつをいじめるのが楽しいんだ。ジョージはきっぱりと言った。So George very clearly says that the people who bully the weak are people who enjoy bullying those who are weaker and smaller than themselves. Like I feel like that's just restating the same thing. Um,
Yeah.
and the next line goes to Grayson.
うん。Uh, ラ、うん、ラロンを倒して楽しかったか Okay, wait, that one is fun. 楽しい。
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Talsu is like to defeat in this context.
mhm. Um, wait, is this asking if defeating Raron was fun?
Yeah, did you have fun beating up Groudon? Specifically, Talsu is like something collapses onto the floor. It's kind of like the idea behind it. So when you defeat somebody, they Talsu, but if you blow up a building, that also Talsus, which would be funny to say that you defeated a building. So it's just one of those funny words that don't have a direct translation in English. やつが年上で従者だってことはとりあえず忘れて。Um, anyway, you should just forget this. He was an older apprentice. The fact that he was older than you, just forget it. Who cares? Um, and 実際に戦っているときは多分楽しめたと思う。アラナはゆっくりと答えた。Alan really thinks of it as she answers, saying, I think when we were fighting, like at the time, it was something that I kind of enjoyed. I had fun with that. And ooh, did I scan this? Very ugly. Whoa. This is the last page of the chapter. Next line goes to Grayson.
でも、その後は楽しくないです。Um, like, but after that wasn't fun?
Yep, it wasn't fun afterwards. Perfect. And just letting you know, just for pronunciation tips, tanoshi with a long e is the e adjective, and we took off that e to add ku to make it into an adverb to describe nai. So tanoshikunai is how it tends to be pronounced. This is a
Mhm.
fun tidbit. And the next paragraph goes to Josh.
君は自分より小さい相手を見つけられないから、いじめることもできない。年上の男の子は現在的にいた。Um, 見つけられない。Okay, just, I'm used to seeing that with the kanji. So, let me think how to word this in English. Um,
I'd probably start with the second
you,
clause.
okay, so, you wouldn't, I guess you're not capable of bullying someone. Uh, 相手を見つけられないから。Like because oh I see what you're saying. Okay, so because you wouldn't be able to find someone smaller than you,
Yeah,
uh you wouldn't be able to bully someone.
yep. Burn.
The older the older boy I guess said uh I don't know of a good English
He like
adjective for the
states the reality. I have no idea what it
yeah
says. It's like, what? Yeah, what would that be? What good in English?
like
Gensai Tiki.
practically or something. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
but that sounds weird.
Mhm.
Uh,
Uh we'll just say he says truthfully to her.
oh yeah.
そして今日からはみんな君が 本当に一番弱いのかをよく考えることになるだろう。And then from from here on, everyone's gonna have to think about um, if you're really the weakest person.
うん
いいか、若いトレバンド騎士になる勉強とは何だと思っていたんだ。This one's a little weird. いいか? Like, is it, what, is that like, how does that sound?
It's kind of like listen well, I feel like is how it's normally
Hmm.
used.
That makes more sense with like, 若いトレバンド。
Mhm.
騎士になる勉強とは何だと思っていたんだ? So is this saying like, um, have you been really thinking about becoming a knight? That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that sounds kind of right. What do you think? What have you been studying in order to become a knight? But it makes kind of more sense to be like the emotional. I believe you. 不意にアラナはすっと気が軽くなった. So Alanna suddenly becomes a lot like, whew, what was that feeling? Relieved. And
Hmm.
the next couple of lines go to Grayson.
ありがとうございます。アラナはニコにした。ニコリした。Thank you very much. I'm not sure about the Nico Nishita.
Nikori is a
Nico Nishita.
smile, and it always makes me think of a cat, like a cat smile. Nice smile. Um, it's a little bit like a smirk, but it's not necessarily as aggressive as a smirk. So it's not like a beaming smile. It's not that. It's like a cat getting catnip. 本当にありがとう、殿下. Thank you so much, Your Highness. ジョージはあなたの肩に片手を置いた。友人は僕のことをジョナサンジョンと呼ぶんだ. So Jonathan, he places his hand on one of Anna's shoulders, and he says, my friends call me Jonathan or John. And Alanna は、ジョナサンの顔を見上げた。どういうことだろう？僕はあなたの友達なんですか？殿下。So Alanna, she looks up at Jonathan and thinks, what is he talking about? Your Highness, are you saying that we are friends? And the rest of this chapter is going to Josh.
僕はそう思っているが、王子は静かに言った。So the prince said quietly, that is what I think. That
Yeah,
is what I think,
it's
but
like poor baby. He's like he's like, oh.
I think that, but I don't know. 君にもそう思ってほしい. But I hope you think the same. ジョナサンは手を差し出した. So then he stuck his hand out. アラナはその手を握り返した。それなら友達です、ジョナサン. So Alanna shook his head and said, then I guess we're friends.
Yep. And just pointing out to Grayson, we got that kaisu right here to say that she gripped back at him. The return his grasp. Same like return that we saw earlier. Just since that was like a fun vocab word of the day, I felt like. So I'll stop our recording. Where have we
We
got
finished the
button?
chapter.